All right. Good morning, guys. Let's wait for another few minutes. Then we'll start the class. Meantime, just understand the thing that we discussed in the last class. So we are going to see some practical today. So whoever is not shared your details, please provide your details in the chat box. Right? Just understand this process. I hope everyone joined the last session. Anyone missed out? If missed out, please share your details. So in the last class, we had discussed about the few capabilities or components regarding Microsoft Fabric. About the Microsoft Fabric. And currently, as we are running for multiple batches in the morning, start with 7 a.m. The next slot will be 8 a.m. The batch is going on. And we have a 9 a.m. Okay, there are 3 batches running in the morning. And the batch will be complete next 2.5 months. That is 2.5 months later. Those are new batches, which is running as we completed earlier batches. And currently, I have only slot for the 7 a.m. which I am taking in classes. Also, parallelly, I'm running classes for Azure as well, which is evening 6 p.m. to till 8 p.m. And we have a slot for 8 p.m. as of now, which is recently completed the batch. So any course, you have minimum 2 to 2.5 months duration for any kind of course. Okay. And this capabilities, whatever you are working in Fabric, that always use for all these modules: data engineering, data analysis, data science, or predictions, your data, but all it will be used. As I talk about my profile, I'm a background with 12 years of experience into IT industry. My entire profile into Microsoft BA. My entire profile will be on Microsoft BA. Starting with SQL Server, I worked on SSIS, RS, AES, 3 modules, which are more popular tool last 10 years back. Now we have a Power BI, we have Azure BI, and now the next generation will be a Fabric. The next generation will be a Fabric now. Going forward, you will see the next generation will be a fabric. Okay. So everyone, all companies, maximum companies are adapting the fabric AI. So you will find my profile in your LinkedIn also. I have 500 plus connections, and the capabilities that we have inside Microsoft Fabric, which I discussed in the last class, is all type of services you will find here. And this Microsoft Fabric is completely controlled under Microsoft. So you no need to install any tool. Any new updates are there, it's going to add on in the services. Okay, you need to just work with the capacities. So there are many new services that has been added in the Fabric. Earlier we don't have the Fabric database. We got Fabric database, that is a serverless. Data warehouse was there, then it was added Fabric SQL database. There are many such services or work items added in the Fabric portal. So these are the capabilities actually which we work on: the type of storages, generations, direct lake, delta lake, lakehouse process, data warehouse, database, right? Those are storages. The main heart, or you can say the main profile, which actually gets a work under the data ingestion part, data processing part. Here is the main core, you can say, for data engineering process. Main core, processing of data. The processing of data you can do with multiple different options. How quickly you reach that processing, that is more important. Whether you use through GUI, whether you use by using Power Query, or whether you use by using Apache Spark notebooks. So anything you can use, we have to process the data quick and faster manner. By using data pipelines, it's quite similar as your data factory, you can say. Data flow, Gen 2. There's the data flow Gen 2 is there. It's quite similar as Power Query. And this is not a new technology that you are going to see in Fabric. These are something like which is already available in the market. With that available tools, they have been designed in one single platform called SaaS, Software as a Service Process. It's not a new kind of tool which is got in the market with a name called Fabric. No, these all are existing tools, guys. Already we are working it. Somebody working on reporting module, somebody working on ETL module, somebody working already in Databricks module. Those are already existing tools. On existing tools, Microsoft released their own Microsoft Cloud tool, where it is asking you to access all kind of modules, all kind of tools at one together in one process, one storage, one lake, one license, one capacity, right? That all are managing backend Microsoft Fabric. So that is what advantage we have. So lot of scale, lot of options, not require any headache of multiple license. The management, first of all, they see this one, the cost cutting. Always companies, they see for the cost cutting, how they can avoid, how they can use the new tools, how we can manage with the budget, with the options. They will first see that, right? So in one single tool, we are accessing all kind of these modules. that is called Fabric. So these are some services which we discussed in the last class. I'm going to show you some practical session today so that you will understand what exactly we do here. Okay, so to log in with that, I told you in the last session, we required some account like Fabric account we required. Now, how to create a Fabric account, how to create a Gmail account, Outlook account. We will not waste our time for creating such things. We will actually jump into the process. Later part I'll discuss in the regular classes. I'll show you how to create the accounts. Now here, this is a demo. We will see the actually process, what we work in the real time. In regular classes, we'll come back from the scratch. Even though you know about the technology, you don't know about the technology, no problem. Because I know there are multiple people who are come from reporting background or non-technical background. They may not know these all terminologies. So we have to go through from scratch, from basic. I told you earlier class also, yesterday's class also, not required any prerequisite. You no need to learn any new things. Just understand a basic concept of SQL commands. That's enough. Okay. So we'll not waste our time to creating these accounts now because we have only 1 hour session. So we will actually see the practical by logging to the portal. Already have an account. In next regular classes by tomorrow, I will show you how to work with the creation module and other things for the account. Okay. For now, we will just jump into the actually portal. So this is the picture that I want to achieve, the requirement. My data is in the storage account called Data Lake. I hope everyone able to see the screen. I'm switching the multiple screens. If anyone having any issues, please tell me. Okay. I was switching multiple screens. So this is the diagram, and this diagram is actually architecture for medallion. I told you earlier, it is not a new architecture. We are following the same process in earlier also. In year 10 years back or current organization, we are following same process. We are calling this as a staging layer. We are calling those are like staging layer. Okay, so we are calling those are like staging layer, warehouse layer, warehouse layer, pre-DW layer, and data warehouse layer. These are the new things has been changed into the process. So here we are seeing that bronze layer for a landing purpose, silver layer for a data cleaning purpose, and final layer, the gold, called data warehouse. We have a staging layer in the earlier. We have a pre-process layer, pre-data warehouse layer, and data warehouse layer. So these are the steps that we're going to follow inside each and every component. We work with the data extraction part, whether anywhere, any place, your responsibility is to bring a data. Now I'm going to take one example on data is in the data lake. What is a data lake? It is a big data where we store any format of data. And what are the different generation of data lake? We'll discuss in detail level in next coming session. So earlier we was managing a data into the transactions database. Then due to multiple different structures, we are handling into a data lake. Now we got a new generation like data lake house. Earlier we were using databases. Then we got a data warehouse. Then to handle the different formats, we have a data lake, and then we have a data lake house. Data lake is something, if you observe here this diagram, whether you store in data warehouse or data lake or this one, you always see they are connecting the ETL operations. That is what I'm saying. This is a core operation. This is a core operations. Whether the data is structured format, semi-structured format, unstructured format, any format you store, but end of the result, the report must go with the structure format. Your data may be a Parquet format, your data may be JSON format, your data may be any other format. No matter. The end result should understandable format. This is what we need to achieve the end of the process. Any data engineering process, the end result should be meaningful, understandable, business requirement based. The data should be easily readable. So the data lake is a new concept, which is actually we call as warehouse plus data lake is equivalent to lake house. So the lake house here is a combination of warehouse plus other format of data. On top of that lake house, there is a new or a small concept is added called delta process. What is a delta process? Delta is again open source format technology where you can write queries on top of the different format of files. That is called delta process. So Lakehouse will give you the flexibility that we can store any format of data, and it allow you to write a SQL queries, a database like features on top of your files. That is the best that we have in Lakehouse. That is the people are doing directly reporting called direct lake. When you connect with the Power BI, you have a direct lake. You don't require Power Query operations. You don't require a SQL operation. Directly you can connect to the lake. Now let me show you a practical. So first I need to bring a data from the Lakehouse to browse Lakehouse. So let me log into any portal, guys. Let's take, I am going to log into this portal. Okay, this is a course content. I hope you people will get soon this course content. Now I'm going to log into portal.azure.com. Portal.azure.com. So this is the place that I want to connect my data. Let me see. I have multiple accounts. This is my portal of Azure account. And can I log into the app.fabric.microsoft.com? Let's do a development here. There are two clouds I'm using. One is Azure. Other portal is, you can see, this is my another storage called Fabric. So this is a portal of Power BI. You don't need to worry about Power BI. You have to jump from Power BI to Fabric development. This is a Fabric portal. It's quite looks like a Power BI portal, but it is actually a Fabric portal. And these are my actually running batches. Can you see here which account I'm using here? Microsoft Fabric.2026. What is my Azure account? Microsoft Fabric.2026. There is a reason behind that. We required one tenant process to purchase a capacity. I'll show you how to purchase the capacity. So before that, just understand this picture. What is this picture is going to do? This picture I want to do a data lake that I want to bring a data from data lake to lake house by using data pipeline. Where you're going to create data pipeline? In my fabric. So inside this fabric, I'm going to create a new workspace. This workspace is for Vinay Hack July month demo workspace. Right? July month 2026 workspace. So this is a workspace, is nothing but kind of project. To run this project, you have to provide some capacity. Capacity means some resources you have to provide. How, if you don't provide resources, how it will execute? So the resources I'm going to provide, if you observe, there is a fabric resource. There is a fabric trial resource or capacity which is valid for 60 days. Is that okay? Can we go with that? Yes. Check this one. Click on apply. Now I am providing some sort of engine called F64 capacity. Now in this one, I'm going to take a pipeline which loads data from the Azure data lake to lake house in Fabric. Very simple. Do you require any installation? No, your KTL is ready. Just in 1 second, your ETL is ready. Do you want me to create a lake house also here? Because I need to target data into the lake house. I create a data pipeline. Already I'm having a data lake. Do you want to show the data lake? Where is it is? If I go to the portal, what is that? Skip the main. Right. This is my Azure portal. In this Azure portal, you can see, guys, there is my project already ready. I was created last class for the 8 a.m. batch. For them, I created one storage account. Can I utilize that? Should I create a new? It is your wish. You want to create new, you can create new. Otherwise, you have already, you can utilize it. I have a data lake where in another cloud of Microsoft called Azure. Inside we have a data lake storage. Inside data lake storage, I have a one container, one folder. Inside folder, you have a data. And the data is Parquet format, the data in CSV format. Can I read the Parquet format here? Can I view the data? Can you read me the data? It is actually orders data. Can you read this data? Can you tell me how many orders has been performed? We cannot read the Parquet data directly. Can I show you how we can read the data easily in the Fabric? Let's see. I'm going to bring this file to the Fabric. How? By using the data pipeline. My data is ready here. My data is what? We have the CSV file. We have a Parquet file. This both file I'm going to bring through pipeline to here. Then I will read the data. Then I'll show you what is the use of Lakehouse. So first, data is ready. I'll go to the Fabric now. In the Fabric, I want to create in this project, I want to create one more work item. The work item this time I want to create lake house. The lake house here is my Vinay Tech Lake House for demo. So in a Vinay Tech Lake House demo, I have to bring a data. So this lake house supports files, any format, and as well as delta tables. I told you there is a delta tables. This is called delta tables. There is some one layer will be there, delta layer. Open format we call layer, delta layer, which converts that files into the table format. That's simple. We'll discuss more thing about delta table. Very interesting topic. So as of now, I don't have anything, but I am here. I want to create one folder where I want to bring data from the Azure ADLS storage. Can I bring a data here in Azure ADLS? Yes. Let's go back to the pipeline now. In this pipeline, I have created on top. You can see there's a pipeline. I want to run my activities. Copy data activity. So this activity, which actually copies the data from the Azure ADLS to copy the data in the lakehouse, in Fabric Lakehouse. So let's go with the source, browse the connection. This is what we have inbuilt connections. You can bring from multiple different sources. You can see you can bring a data from the multiple different places. Even we are not sure about these storages. You have all maximum type of connectors. But here, which storage I required? I required data lake. So I'll go to the Azure tab. I required data lake. Okay. When I create a connection, it is asking me the link. So can I give a link? Let's suppose, how can I give a link? I'll go to the settings button. Do you have any link here? Yes, I have a link. Copy that link and paste it here. That simple it is. I'm just changing this as a data lake, okay? And how you want to connect? What is the connection name? This connection name is for ADLS for demo connection, right? I want to connect with a key. Don't worry, I'm going to show you all these options. But as of now, key is nothing but like a password. Key is nothing but like a password. Where is the key? The key you will find from here. In the storage account, you have access keys. This is something like a password because directly nobody can connect in the cloud. They require password, they require permissions. And also you can manage the SAS keys. SAS key is something like what type of permissions you want to give, read, write, update, delete. So that keys you can provide. But as of now,
These
we
keys
will
who will
discuss.
create?
We will create and we will manage in the key vault.
Okay, okay.
Okay, we will create that. Now nobody, we don't require any DBA separate team. Some companies, the developers only doing this all activity. If you're working with MNCs companies, there is a separate module called DBA team or admin team will be there. They will take care about this. But in some companies, we are doing these all activities.
Okay.
I'll show you the activities, okay? Now, so this keys I'm going to paste here. These are our direct keys. Click on connect. Click on connect. Any issues are there? Yeah, there is issues. What is that? The specified connection name is already exist. Is it exist? How come? Can I click on new? Right. I don't know to save anything. Now connection is ready. Now I am need to browse my Azure. Browse into the Azure. In Azure, we have a container. You remember, guys, I have a container. So here in the Azure, we have a container inside data lake called, what is called Azure A data logs. Inside that we have a files. So I have to mention that. See, this is what it's showing. So now which format you want to bring? structure, semi-structure, unstructured. I want to bring all the format. Let's see. I'm not selecting any file because I don't want any particular format. I'm just selected folder. I want all the format. Okay, right. Where you want to copy? In the lake house. Which lake house? The Vinay Tech demo lake house here on top. Here I want to bring. What you want to bring? I want to bring the files. I want to store in files folder. There are two folders in my lake house. One is a table folder, one is a file. Which one you want to convert? File or table? First, I need to bring landing the data, natural data, without transform data, raw format. Let's first bring into the bronze layer. Then we will do further layer, further operations. So I will browse it. And in my lake house, we have ADL storage. Yeah, Vinay Tech lake house demo, right? Vinay Tech lake house demo is there. Vinay Tech lake house demo. Okay, ADL is here. We created folder, right? Correct. So we created folder. Actually, yeah. Here I need to copy. Click OK. I don't have any files. No issues. And you are ready to work. But I want to bring all the format with all the extension star dot star. Okay. So oh, sorry guys, there was some connection issue. Let me share my screen again. I hope my voice is clear now. Sorry, there was some internet connection issue. Right. So this one star dot star, and where we are loading into the destination. Can I validate once? I'll save it. I will validate any issues are there. Validate before running it. If there is no issues, you can execute. Click on execute button. So this will get processed or load a data from the source from the EDLS to the target called Lakehouse. This is a one of the activity. Like this, we have many such activities in our requirement. These all activities we have to see in data pipelines. Can you see this one? The execution. What execution saying that Azure data lake storage is copied a data to the lakehouse. The 3 files are get copied. Can I cross check once? I will go to this lakehouse. I will refresh here. Any option for refresh? Refresh here, and you will find the 3 files. This is my CSV file. And do you want to read in a table format? There is a button here. There is a button here. Do you want to filter this data? There is a filter button. How very simple that we have in Lakehouse. And same way, if we talk about the Parquet. Orders I am not able to read there because of the Parquet format. Now it is a Parquet readable format. Inbuilt, the Fabric have Parquet readable engine. Right? Can I do a filtration? Yes, definitely you can do the filtration part. Can you see here? Can I want to read another format? Product Parquet? Yes, product data. Do you want to write a queries on top of this? Lakehouse is a combination of different format plus table features, database features. Can I convert this into the table directly? Yes, you can do that. Do you want to see? Simply load into the delta table with a name called country-wise data. Click on start the button. Now you can write additional filters, additional where clause, additional queries you can do on top of these delta tables. So where this table is getting saved? These tables are getting saved under this folder, guys. Under this folder. This is called my delta table. You can see the day symbol of delta. And it is a very big topic. What is a delta? What is a Parquet file? What is a transaction file? We will discuss that in detail level. Now at this present, I know there is a non-technical background people. Maybe they will get some confusion about this table and the SQL table. So let's keep this separate topic. Just see the data. And do you want to write a query on top of this table? Simply you can go and write, there is a concept called analytics endpoint. There is a concept called analytics endpoint. So just give me 1 minute, guys. I'm switching my network to Okay, sorry guys. Now just switching to another network. Fine. I'm good now. Let's continue with this network. Where we are. Okay, so here. Right. So can you see here? This is my SQL analytics endpoint. So what I did is very simple. I just moved this data to SQL Analytics endpoint. I didn't move. I have an option that in Lakehouse to move to SQL Analytics endpoint. And I am going to write a SQL queries on top of that. SQL queries on top of this table, which is in the actually file in Parquet. See, this is my data. This is my data. And do you want to write some own your aggregation queries? Aggregation queries are like, let's example, I want to do some counts of employees as counts. Then I want to see some of these as example like revenues, and I want to do the analysis based on country wise, and I want to do this as upper into the country. Can I do the group by upper country? Execute. How very simple it is. Do you want to make a more filter? Country wise is not null. Wherever the country is not available, I don't want to bring those records. I want wherever the country available, only that records I want. See how
Here,
very simple
I
it
have one
is.
question here. Like, so master table is not changed, right? The whatever the change, the querying purpose, or like, so to edit the query, right? It will be say store in the main table.
We are not doing any operations. We are just reading the data.
Okay, 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 okay.
We'll do the operations also. We'll do the operations also. So to do the
Mm-hmm.
operation, you have other operations, other tools. We are just
Okay,
reading it. And
okay.
immediately you don't require any Power BI team to design this report. I want to see the analysis in the report way. So you just need to select the query and immediately you can design the Power BI report. Do I require any Power BI team here to do and help ask them to do this report? No. Immediately you can set up your dashboards, your required, how they want to see the data in the form of reports. You can design whether it is in chart, whether it is in pie chart, whether it in whatever the format. You can see in the right hand side country wise I want revenue. These are my country wise, the counts. This is like overall counts. This is my overall revenue. Do I require any Power BI team? No, not at all. I will take Power BI team work. And you want to arrange wherever you want, you can arrange your reports. However you want, you can arrange your data. And immediately you can see all type of operations here. In the UK, I got 16 record. When I click on this is a drill through report. And do you want to save this report? Yes, I want to save this report. Where you want to save it? In the same project, I want to save the report. The report is saved. Do you want to go and see the report? Just simply go to your project and see the report here. Do you have that report? Where is that report? It is not refreshed. I'll take a duplicate tab so that I can refresh. Can you see the report? And also you got SQL and semantic endpoints. What is the semantic endpoints? You no need to design the schema, the cardinalities, the SSAS process in your Power BI. You have already a semantic model, which I didn't create this. I created just report, but you got inherited this. Do you want to see that report? You can see this report now. Do you want to share this report with someone, with a client? Yes, you can share, you can subscribe, you can share to anyone as a pro license. Right? This is called a basic report. Now, in case you want to same data, what I did is I have performed the operations on Lakehouse only, direct report called direct lake. Do I require to wait for this? No, I don't require. And also by default, you remember I got semantic endpoint also, where I can design my table schema cardinalities. So in case you want to work with Apache Spark, in case you want to do operations, just now my friend is asked. Now if you want to do some Apache Spark, the operations, then you have to go to your project. You have to create or go to the Lakehouse, and there is a ready to use the notebooks. I want to run some Spark code. Or before that, even you can open by clicking on, we are in the analytics endpoint. Yes, we are in the analytics endpoint, I guess. Yeah, the analytics endpoint. So in case you want to do with some sort of operations, you have to open a Spark notebook. Can you see a Spark notebook? Can I see the data at least? If it is not available, no problem. Go to your project. Here I want to go a new notebook called Apache Spark Notebooks I want to create. This is for my transformations purpose. Transformations, a big data transformations. What is Apache Spark architecture? It is a master-slave process, guys. We work in earlier process, in our college days, in computer lab, what we do? There will be a master, one server will be there, who is managing your one person. And the same thing that will go to the multiple different computers. Here, the master slave program, but the work which you give, the task which you provide, it divides into the multiple different computers called worker nodes, called the nodes. Worker nodes you can say, or the node you can say. So I'm just connecting to the lakehouse. Which lakehouse? Vinay Tech Demo Lakehouse. And I want to read or write the data, the files data, which is in different formats. You can simply drag and drop. You can read a data in Spark, the format with so and so path. And it is a starter pool. It immediately within the 5 seconds, it start and it will run. On top of that, you want to do the operations in PySpark, you can do. Sir, I don't know about PySpark code. No problem. The same data, I will convert this. Don't worry, I'm going to explain what is data frame and all. So this same data, I'm going to convert this to create a temporary table, and I'm going to replace that by saying, what is that? This is order, right? This is a product. Sit. And I am going to write this data in a SQL format. Select star from products table. Can you see the same amount of data in a SQL? Yes. And do you want to do some operations? I want to do a filtration only for the category. What is that? Category for only beauty care. And I want only this data to be loaded in my table. After transformations, I want to load this data into my tables. I'm going to write, what is that? First, I will save this, the result of my spark.sql. That result I will save in Spark one result set. And that result I am going to convert actually into the delta tables. Now I am going to write dot format to delta tables to the mode you want full load, delta load, which format load you want is very simple, and save as in the product underscore beauty. Click on execute. That's it. Can you see this? Can I go back to the lake house now? I'll go back to the lake house. Or if you don't know about the code, nowadays we are using the open AIs. You don't need to remember all type of syntax. Earlier what happened? We used to search in Google in blocks. Somebody's written the expert, somebody's written that solution. Now if you don't know about this code, if you have did some mistake or some getting errors, simply go and ask to the chat GPT or any other tool that you are familiar. Just ask the GPT. The code is almost correct. The changes in your lowercase to this one. That's okay, still we can manage. So whatever the code you want, we can do by using this AI. I'm not saying for small changes you have to go and use the AI, but the productivity is very important. The other person, the Python developer, is taking a longer time. He's taking 2 hours of job. That same Python work you can do within the 5 seconds or 5 minutes based on the code complexity. You just tell the code, tell to the chat GPT on any other AI, he will write the PySpark or any format of code he will write. Just copy that code and place in your notebooks. Simple. If you are not aware about Python, PySpark, Scala, SQL, this is how you need to do. Productivity is very important. I mean, how faster you do, that's the work, same work. That is more important. That is what these people are getting replaced. No more the coding developers jobs are available now in the market. Any developer you take about Java, .NET, C Sharp, Python. Python is required nowadays. At least if you have as a data engineer, you don't require that much, but at least PySpark you have to understand. Same Python libraries only. Right, so same data is copied into my delta table in a lake house. Can I refresh here? I will be getting the product which is in only beauty. This is a separate table I'm loaded you. Clear? So this is how we do our transformations with multiple different components. So I am doing by using some notebooks. I will help you with the Power Query also. Very simple way. You don't require any Power code and all. Very simple way you can do. Called data flow. So time P is not sufficient. So we can do this in the coming session activities. Okay. I hope you people understand. So I have to do all these things. In coming sessions, I will explain all this architecture. All right. Any questions, any doubts here so far?